Now then, guys, I did say I was going to make videos and share some wisdom and knowledge with you people. Yeah? So you need to watch this video to the end, right? First of all, I didn't have any intentions of making a video today. But after going on YouTube this morning, it reminded me that I did say I'm going to share wisdom and knowledge with you people, yeah? Especially the youth, right? And the people who think they've read the Quran and they haven't, yeah? Or if they have read it, they've read it in a different language that they don't understand. So it's as good as not reading it. If you're reading it in a language you don't understand, there's no point even saying that you've read it, yeah? Because you're all reading it in a language you don't even understand. How is that reading the Quran? But anyway, yeah, what happened was, this morning I've woke up, I've gone on YouTube, and for some reason, the first video that's popped up is a video made in Speaker's Corner, right? And some guy, I don't know what religion he was from, because he didn't want to mention it. He was asked, but he didn't want to mention, because he was ashamed or embarrassed of the religion he's from. So when he got caught up in a debate, he didn't want to mention his religion. But the other guy, he said he was a Muslim, but he were lacking knowledge about Islam, you know, which was a bit disappointing to watch, because when you're lacking knowledge about Islam and you call yourself a Muslim, when you get caught up in a debate and kind of get dominated in a debate, it's a bit crap, because Islam can't be dominated by no other religion. Islam is self-explanatory, you know, and people who lack understanding, right, can't figure out what the Quran's trying to tell them. So this guy got caught up in a debate, which I knew the answers for, but obviously, what can I say? I'm only watching a video. I can't like join in the debate and answer for him. I'm just watching a video here. So what happened was, this guy who's not a Muslim has asked some random guy walking past if he's a Muslim, and this guy said, yeah, I'm a Muslim. So then he said, can you explain this? Somewhere in the Quran, he said, look at this here. Look what it says. It says, if you're with a female that hasn't, you know, gone through menstruation, yeah? She hasn't gone through menstruation, right? That means that the Prophet was, you know, he must have been married to a minor. Because according to his knowledge, he thinks if a female hasn't menstruated, that means she's at an age where she's not reached puberty, yeah? So that's the reason why she hasn't menstruated. So does that mean Islam is encouraging to be with girls even if they haven't menstruated yet? So this is what the guy was trying to say, because he was lacking knowledge, and at the same time he was trying to tarnish Islam, yeah? But the true fact is, many women who are old can't menstruate. They've never gone through menstruation, and it can be because a woman is suffering from illnesses. Yeah, there's illnesses like amenorrhea. Amenorrhea is an illness where a woman, she can't menstruate, you know, or a woman who's got tumors cannot menstruate, yeah? So when the Quran is mentioning things about a female that hasn't gone through, you know, menstruation, it doesn't mean it's referring to underage girls. Yeah? So this is what you've got to remember, right? The enemies of Islam are always going to try to twist it by saying, why is it talking about little girls? It doesn't mean it's talking about little girls. Even older women, some women haven't gone through menstruation. They've never had periods due to problems like amenorrhea, yeah, and tumors and other chronic illnesses, right? But the haters of Islam are always going to try to connect it somehow with minors and underage girls, right? So if you get caught up in debates, try not to if you're lacking knowledge on Islam. Yeah, Islam is a great thing. It's self-explanatory, to people who are independent thinkers and have got a bit of a brain, right? They understand what the Quran's trying to say. Other people are taking things out of context. On purpose, they're taking things out of context and think that they've got something to debate against Islam with, yeah? They always try to debate against Muslims and Islam by saying, look, this Quran is always referring to underage women or something. It's not referring to underage women. It can refer to females of any age suffering from amenorrhea. Yeah? So another thing is, this is where they've tried to guess the age of Aisha. They're saying one of Prophet Muhammad's wives must have been a child. And I'm thinking, how have you figured out her age when the age is not in the Quran? It doesn't mention anything about her age. And then they've connected something from a different chapter saying, oh, she must have been underage because in this other chapter, it's mentioning something about a woman who has not gone through menstruation, which means hasn't had a period yet. So then they try to connect that to Aisha, saying, well, she must have been underage because it's talking about a female that hasn't had a period. It's not talking about Aisha. It's talking about women that might be suffering from illnesses, right? And it is reminding men to take into consideration to be good to women that might be suffering from an illness. Another thing is, a woman that is pregnant is also not going to go through menstruation. That might be another reason why a woman is not having her menstruation, because she may be pregnant. So it's reminding a man not to upset a woman, to treat her correctly. She might be going through menstruation or may not be going through menstruation. So the Quran is trying to tell men to be considerate of all circumstances. But non-Muslims are thinking they can take this out of context and use it against such a beautiful religion like Islam. Islam is such a beautiful religion, right? And for that reason, I'm going to take my shahada again today. I'm going to take the shahada again today because Islam is such a beautiful religion. And if anybody's got any questions or get caught up in a debate or anything, you can ask me. If your preachers can't explain it or the scholars are unable to explain it, you can ask somebody like me, because, I am an independent thinker and I have got knowledge and wisdom. Allah blessed me with it, so I have to share it with you people. Yeah? When the Quran is referring to something, it doesn't mean that it's talking about the Prophet's wife, or that she must have been underage and the Prophet's a pedo, because that's not correct. This is all getting twisted and taken out of context when the Quran is trying to give you scientific facts about other circumstances, yeah, like illnesses, about a woman going through pregnancy, about a woman that may not be going through menstruation or having periods due to illness. Think about things with an open mind. This is what Islam is trying to teach you. And don't let the enemies of Islam make you think that this is encouraging underage marriages, because the Prophet was not involved in any underage marriage. Remember that. Islam is beautiful, and Prophet Muhammad, he was an example of excellence. Nobody could ever tarnish him. Don't ever think that you can twist anything in the Quran to try to tarnish Islam, because there is people out there with the knowledge, and I've just explained to you what the Quran is trying to say. Now have a great day.